Noise. Alfajer in the back.
Shock dart forward, try to clear any util. Dart over the top, not gonna get a spot there on the ISO as the plant gets ready to come through. Reveal goes down, trying to cross there with the sheriff. It's gonna be Alfajer who ends up taking an immense amount of damage. crashies, however, on the peak. In towards the A link. Finds Foxy 9, both are dragging. Finding.
Spike down
Karon will fall. Ash able to get one. A little bit whiffy though on the follow-up. As Alfajer cleans up the kill. Spike in hand, Texture sliding back. Needs to be able to try to escape here. There's the peak. Shield, however, gets the 2 taps. And leaves kaajak now all alone. Try to clutch this out.
That early maneuver by Texture to slip the net in towards A link. Crucial here for Gen.G. Some patience being shown by Munchkin, the IGL as well.
Staying tucked here inside of window. kaajak with no util to speak of, and Munchkin will just find the timing on the swing as well as long. Clear the trip, get ready to go. Smoke's now coming through. Tells FNATIC everything they need to know. Bit of a gap here on that smoke, and Texture will get caught off guard by it as Chronicle able to find the opening kill here in the anti-bonus. Turret set up, and Texture being on the floor, always going to be positive here on the opposite side of the lobby.
Coming back.
Still got some firepower. A little bit of time, but FNATIC going to be coming from a lot of different angles.
Camera's still situated. Go for the toggle, try to get a dart out, does so. Still not being cleared, but does actually get the spot on a Foxy 9, so they know that he's going to be playing forward in towards the smoke. Not looking to spam him out quite just yet. Foxy able to drag across one, cannot find the other. Ash, Karon now. The 2, the 3. kaajak.
I think they're aware. They're trying to spam it down.
Boaster finding Munchkin. Just pushes forward, and Seward does catch the enemy IGL. Critical target to be found. Viper out of play. Pretty much makes that A side unassailable because they don't have the wall to try to scale off of. Slow creep up with Texture around the corner. Gun barrel might have been spotted, but Alfajer able to find Karon. So counter swing is there. Texture trades it back, but it's still going to be a player disadvantage here for Gen.G as they get ready to have the spike planted. There's Fury going to be online. Question is, can Ash get into a disconnected position to try to actually utilize this? You already have Foxy 9 watching long. Seems like Ash is going to have to stay put.
No smokes either.
Slow creep in, Texture. Swing around the back, able to find one. Recon at the ready, and it's going to be the triple approach here from Garage. Being able to note 2. Couple shots in. Spot out here in the Chronicle, but not too much damage taken. Regen armor refills. Paranoia going to be dodged. Ash pushed out. Fights for one. Swing. Texture cannot stabilize it. Boaster gets the better of it now. It's down to Foxy 9. Tap on the defuse. Some spray to come through. And Chronicle. He's going to be left wide open though. His fast line going to be set, but FNATIC quick to try to rotate over and get into position.
Camera's still there. Hasn't been identified for Gen.G.
The wire there on the floor does get cleared, and kaajak again coming away with the goods, but Munchkin's going to be dead. crashies sends out the Hunter's Fury. He's looking for the double pump, and he will have it. Foxy 9 taken down as well. As Texture falls, Karon spraying and praying, trying to get the enemy Yoru's full flashed out.
And his aim is incredible, but so far FNATIC has done a great job handling him.
kaajak, what is the second shot? Instantaneous with the
You would think in a 3v5. Much hope here for Gen.G.
Spotted there. Munchkin does manage to push forward, finding one. Snakebite not getting the connection here, and crashies does. And shot flies through. Spike really realistically unable to be planted here for the moment. Ash able to find a little bit more impact. Alfajer. Quick TP, and okay, Munchkin getting the read on this push out. Able to find kaajak. Lobs in the poison orb as Shock Dart try to clear out some of this util. Still a trip set up, and here at the front, but Alpha's going to be pre-fired. Foxy 9 just come away with that elimination. Jump up over the top of your plat, Boaster the upper, is trying to get something going. Texture does manage to deny him. Smoke dissipating at Garage. And it's just a firing squad waiting on the opposite side.
The dimensional drift.
Relay to try to persuade. Double stack setup. Looks like he's spotted a boat. Slides in. The stun is there. Texture has all of the crashies. Over in main. Gonna be caught with util in hand as Texture scoops up his 3K. The crashies, the damage dealt there on the intercept is absolutely monstrous.
kaajak so fast here on this rotation. Is Gen.G going to be ready for it?
In all likelihood, no, but Texture is staring over towards the angle. Eyes on it from the hell position. As now they have it confirmed. swing out.
enemy
Ash
remaining.
finds a headshot. Dimensional drift has come through, but kaajak is now left to his own devices. Cuts back just around the box. Trying to set up here on the pop flash.
Decoy.
Sends the fake,
enemy
finds the
remaining.
first. Isolated now. Fastlane going to be set, trying to fish him out. Tiny bits of damage dealt, 8 bullets remaining in the bag. Gets the spot out. Texture just trying to play with time. Eats a ton of damage. And he will sprint away down into the cubby. Needing to have the defuse, but Texture will be there. And Mr. 4K shows up and
What a bonkers round. It looked like this had Gen.G written all over it, and then crashies catches 3 players right on the timing there. They're looking to clear util. And then Texture had had enough, and he played that brilliantly at the end, using that neon movement to buy the extra time he needed. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see out of these two teams.
kaajak done it again!
By Gen.G.
Trying to get the pre-fire there is Munchkin, but crashies goes unpunished. Foxy not on a push, however, is able to find one, but Chronicle quickly
30
does
seconds
shut
left.
it down. You've got the 4 players from FNATIC, so
One
basically
enemy
here
remaining.
on site and standing tall. Karon forced to run away, and with just 20 seconds remaining, not much of a go to be made here. We'll just stay tucked and try to see if he can pick off anybody, keep his life intact, but otherwise FNATIC maintaining the lead, getting themselves to 6 here on this defending side. Back on the hunt, couple seconds still to spare. As the clone goes through, Karon well aware of this position, but is very quickly going to get overwhelmed. Fights back for 1. So there's the swing.
On Gen.G. Still a lot of money sitting behind Texture.
My eyes.
Disgusting.
Absolutely ridiculous. Alpha playing so far forward there. They're going to challenge this angle again.
Here comes kaajak. There to try to back him up, and they're just lining up. Picking targets,
down
finding
mid.
value. Karon does manage to trade one, so the ISO ult not going to be a concern here in the round, but let's save that for the final to half.
I'm out of here.
This fast lane sent, Texture at the ready. Slides forward, catches a spot there on it. Chronicle, and eats a ton of damage. Dink right through the corner as they try to flush him out of this position. Chronicle not quite going to be able to fight back for any more than that.
Can't even get the plant down though.
Teleport.
So much util being thrown their way. And there's a wide wrap from crashies.
Seems like they want to try to fight their way out of this position, but now Gun Barrel has been spotted, and Foxy 9 tripping right into the crosshair.
Ready.
Spike down. B.
kaajak just tears them limb from limb, round after round. Karon now with everything to do to try to make this timeout find some value, but crashies on this reposition. Seems like it is loosely red, but no. The kaajak now stacked up into the garage. The swing about to come through. Gun Barrel's going to be spotted into the dimensional drift. Goes kaajak, he's able to escape. Houdini himself does end up costing Alfajer's life as the Hunter's Fury's now coming through, just trying to guide them here towards success. Tucks in the cubby over at long. Karon going to be taken down as crashies is able to find that kill. And kaajak looks to try to get the jump here on to Munchkin. Will be able to do so. The headshot, instantaneous. Chronicle here in backside. They have no idea.
Spike down. C.
It's Foxy 9, the lockdown committed. The gate crash at the ready. A fake into the smoke. It reads it well that it's not for real. But now it's going to be pinged down. Boaster alone watching on this side. Does get the headshot on the Munchkin, but it's going to be Munchkin.
They're going to try to make their way B.
Wall isn't raised. Swing peek coming through. Ash able to find one instantly as kaajak can take it down. And Texture finds Alfajer. Paranoia since crashies reeling back. Wrapping around in towards garage. Slow walk up from Chronicle. Just trying to see that they haven't skipped any beats here. crashies going to be caught, however. As there's the spot out into the final player with the spike now on the floor. Chronicle certainly has his work cut out for him as all of Gen.G get clustered together. A couple taps in, the wide swing out, Chronicle, good for 1.
And they're just going to play it a little bit slow off the rip, are FNATIC, but Karon so far forward.
Karon is upping the pace. Boaster, if he just comes backpedaling out of this smoke, almost certainly is going to be dead to rights. Karon, though, wants to swing and get a little bit more information. Still, he's going to be rewarded with the kill. Attempted the ADS. Boaster does manage to come out on top. Karon eliminated, but that's one of the dual-pronged tips of the spear. It does get taken down, but Texture similarly causing the fall. Timing does come across. Munchkin able to go ahead and collect that elimination.
9 potentially going to be tasked doing a lot here, but a little bit of a misguess by FNATIC on where the KJ util would be. That's bought them a little bit of extra time and even got the drone committed by
Doesn't
FNATIC.
catch Foxy on this angle. Alfajer then gets caught off guard.
30 seconds left.
So there's going to be more pressure coming out of the garage. Munchkin swooping in from behind. Paranoia going to be avoided with the dart. He's able to find that ping, but it doesn't matter. It seems as Munchkin. A connector, but you see the ping coming down. FNATIC are reading this well.
30 seconds left.
Supposed to be cycled. Spam opened up to try to find anything, but nothing widely found. Picture has to back away. To think that maybe it's going to be a reposition, but Munchkin does still manage to find Boaster. Outdoing him here, and now that pivot is going to be coming through. Just 13 seconds remaining here on the clock. Foxy9 still going to be situated on the side. Texture here inside of the window, and Foxy9 looks to try to cut them down to size. Finds another to swing out. Chronicle able to find it, but the round is already over. The time is gone.
And how impactful Texture has individually been with this weapon.
Jiggle peeking out from kaajak, not going to be spotting anything. Texture though, in deep, and there's going to be multiple players on the opposite side of this one. Still just a beat in. kaajak has the shot. Drone chasing forward, getting the spot there onto Ash. Forces him to reposition back. To undercut Paranoia, both going to be sent. Ash wing to try to regain his util, turns from the flash. Some shots coming through the wall, going to be raised. And Boaster out from Sewer, able to find that kill. Now the neural theft is going to be lobbed in as well. The reveal is there, Munchkin. Nothing more to be done but die. Gets taken down. It's on Foxy9 and Karon to try to see if they can turn the tides of this somehow in a 2v5. But FNATIC are absolutely entrenched.
First kill is so important because the fundamentals on both of these teams.
Cleared.
See if Karon's got the read on Boaster's positioning in these smokes. He's been doing this almost every round.
Turns from the flash, and this time they're not quite prepared for it. Boaster does manage to get a bit of damage in. Trying to flush him out. Karon needing to fight his way out. A bad situation, is unable to do so as the pit is going to be invested from Munchkin. Blocking off this long position. Double tap shield expiring. Alpha trying to chase forward, trying to find that. As Chronicle needed an entry into garage, but Foxy9's got the close angle held. That gives the player advantage here to the side of Gen.G.
This is such a tough choice for FNATIC. No idea where the operator is.
Ash holding close. Check over the top. Boaster being spotted, spammed down through the box.
Revealing area.
Recon through the opposite side of the wall. No, doesn't go deep enough to actually get the pings here. It's their own recon ping. Next on the Ash to the wall. Helps keep it protected. Smoke going to be cycled over from Karon. Spam through the door. Gets the nano out. Alarm bot still set up. Spotted a one, and Alpha's going to be taken down. Over at C-Long, Karon clearly catching a glimpse, is able to spam him out in the end.
You know there's two on C. You've seen Foxy and Karon. This is what you're going to try to challenge.
30 seconds
Waiting
left.
for the moment. There's a great crash forward onto the side. Karon going to be blinded out. Foxy, however, top of Lumber, finding one. Spotting at the gun barrels, but cannot find the kills. Karon gets flushed out, but Munchkin again arriving, looking to be the hero!
Trying to confuse him a bit.
Oh. No, a little pre-fire, does get some damage through. Kill still a ways away.
FNATIC.
Throw some smokes at the ready. I mean, you have this full cluster up from FNATIC. It's just a matter of when do they pull the trigger on the attack.
Yeah, just trying to test the patience of Gen.G here a bit.
Fight to the one side. Try to slow the approach. Undercut gets used. Munchkin watching. Karon clearly wary about this position. He's across. Gets to readjust to find the headshot on the kaajak. Looking to try to push their way forward here on the side. Munchkin once again is looking to cut them down. Gets himself see what he can get done. Just dancing around it for now. Gate crash going to be destroyed.
Gen.G's got the read.
Hold him at bay, Chronicle. About to peek into this, and Texture finds the shot.
It's you.
The back line now going to be opened up. It's kaajak going to be spotted. Some counter spray coming through. He falls low. Alfajer in the meantime, kill contract. He's the grab the count. He's able to win the fight. Munchkin, Foxy9, both going to be taken down. Ash now striking from the cubby. Overdrive pop. The pass line about to fall. Dancing around him, but Boaster finds the shots, and Ash has everything to do. Boaster has the ult. He peeks across the map. Doesn't go for the cancel, doesn't try to play any mind games.
Spike planted.
Spike gets planted. He's just gonna blind fish for this one. He's hoping to try to find a tag. The Boaster eludes capture. The drop down, the noise made. Boaster tucked into the corner. He has a recon online. Does he think about it? No, but it doesn't matter! Ash going to be in play. Turn on the flash, the peek, attempts the flick. Texture does not get taken down, but Ash does, but not before finding kaajak. So in the end, a 1-for-1 with Texture down to 14 health. Overall, FNATIC do come out on top of that, given that they still do have Alfajer to try to give them a bit of entry power.
Yeah, they've still got some great ideas on how to layer that util. Texture down in sewer.
Getting out wider and wider on this angle. There's the peek, and there's the shot. Shield not at the ready. Likely not going to be anticipating the texture. Would be so bold to try to go for that pick. Chronicle does manage to find him as the neural theft gets the ping reveal. Telling a story here of this deep flank around the back. As we go into a 3v3, FNATIC looking for 2 rounds consecutive to keep themselves afloat here in the map.
Not a ton of util to work with here. Just a couple smokes from Karon. Nano for Foxy9.
Munchkin finds one. It would give them a pit online as well. TP across the way from Karon. Boaster.
Cover going out.
Up in heaven. The other two playing back at the A connector. The paranoia at the ready time starting to tick. Knows that they have them cleared off of this spike here for the moment. Looking for the hold, the dart going through. Karon going to be taken down, and there you go. Just a fire
into the attacker's side, but
look at this though. Big crunch attempt play at Boaster. He gets left out to dry. Paranoia
very
now.
successful.
Damage on the kayak as well as Munchkin is looking to try to just tear them apart. Nano, however, does end up getting cleared. Snake bite. A little further delay. Trying to flush out that alarm bot. Does get found.
Chronicle just trying to clear any other util that might be there. Foxy9 still tucked into that corner. Drone doesn't see texture.
Just jiggling on the angle. This kayak sends out a couple warning shots. Crashies ready to go here for the lineup. Chronicle slowly backpedaling in mid.
Still enough time for another rotation, so Gen.G has to keep their feet planted.
Flashes over the top. Texture on the reposition.
30 seconds left.
Checks, sees that it's a fake. Finds a headshot there on the kayak, pushes out. Shield gonna be reset though for Alpha. As Karon holds here on the wide angle, spots it, breaks it, kills them off.
Spike down A.
As it's just crashies and Chronicle now with not much time to work with. 12 seconds remaining here on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Knows where one's at, should have heard Chronicle arriving here on the side. They need to push forward, they just cannot make it happen.
I'm wondering how you're going to set texture up for a lot of these hits on this attacker side.
Let's see if there's going to be a method to the madness here. It's going to be a quick hit into this B site. Texture finding first blood. Chronicle flushed over the side. Paranoia went flying, and Texture is there to collect. Spike now going to be planted. Poison orb situated onto the rafters, I do believe. Yep, Texture playing here at the drop. FNATIC getting the fan out and reposition.
You have so much util from the deadlock. You know exactly where FNATIC's going to be coming from.
Have to be that slow creep through the alley for Kayak. Is a couple spot checks. Texture able to avoid the damage. Sees the entry power of Alfajer, who lands right on top of Ash. Just meant to find that kill. Team, however, getting cleaned up in the meantime as it's just Kayak. Getting the reload, needing to hit some nasty shot. The wide swing from staying tough here on the close angle. Texture finding one. Boaster going to be taken down. TP's going to be coming through, but that gate crash out is now Kayak. Teleports across towards that A side of the map. To be wide open.
That's so nice by Karon. Completely nullifies Kayak's position. And now you got to clear out this barrier mesh to get onto site.
You're gonna know exactly how many people are trying to play from this angle. Sees hitting the catch. As crashies will be able to find the shot across onto Ash. Gets himself the headshot there. Brings it back into a 4v4. He crashed forward. Back to pillar, the drop coming through. Foxy9 cannot stabilize fast enough, nor can Texture. Karon gonna be full flash here, back sight, swings in, is able to find one as Chronicle can take it down, gets himself a second, looks for a little bit more, gets him lined up, and puts it down into the 1v1. Crashies trying to follow the trail. Same out here, now one away from having a showstopper online. As Gen.G just trying to absolutely storm their way forward here into this site. She's taken low. Backs away, Decay, a line share of that. Barrier mesh to just get cleared out.
Got one flash left, the Prowler, and then Alpha's blast packs and a paint shell to try to make this flood retake happen.
Fight at the ready here from Chronicle. Almost gets caught on timing. He's able to go ahead and avoid capture as Alfajer wrapping around over towards Alpha, but Ash plunges him out. Texture finds Chronicle into the play.
Take the open space. and just get these plants down and get into these undetected there.
Undetected, unless you do get kaajak, who slowly creeps in towards the rafters. Pings are coming down, though. Munchkin seemingly well aware of the potential positions here of the opposition.
He's got a read on the defaults.
Salvo's going to be sent. I don't know, crashies going to be situated here on the side as the Haunt gets out. Kaajak going to be caught off guard. Munchkin now striking. Trap, working a treat. Swing out there from crashies. Finds himself a second spike going to be dropped. Tries to go for the weapon, but Texture
30 seconds
already wrapped around here onto the site. To find that elimination, spots out the head of Alfajer, who comes away with the kill. Nade's gonna be sent. Reminder, that showstopper still here in the back pocket. But no blast packs to try to escort him forward. To get on top of these players. Smoke cycled. Jumps out of Munchkin! Absolutely!
The showstopper. Munchkin, what is that? Just
Likely to be called after this round if they're not able to find value off the rifle purchase, but Salvo's going to be sent. Damage taken, Boaster's down to 6. Still manages to fight back. Foxy9 is going to be eliminated there. Let's get the trade. As the Armageddon crashes across, catching on to no one. Player advantages here. Spike now being planted in a pit. Go ahead and make this even more unassailable for FNATIC. Reroutes them towards heaven. Karon is going to be lying in
letting
wait.
Texture do his thing. Just rush forward. Push up a mid, though. A little bit of damage done to Texture.
Find it there on the free fire. Relay bolt connecting. Blind is out. Alfajer just doesn't even know where he is. Swing out. Crashies now going to be spotted. Texture trying to go for a little bit of a wider swing, but Crashies able to hold his own. Picks up the kill. The Haunt click. No, it's the double reveal into the seas, and Crashies plays off it beautifully.
Down B.
Just keeping himself alive. As he tries to hold down the site.
Wow.
And he's doing it damn near single-handedly. The silent drop. The angle, watch, kaajak, and crashies!
Response just better from crashies. Ooh, Chronicle.
Spam with the Chronicle, and he just ends up falling right into it. Pain. As Munchkin tucked into the corner. Texture here to try to reinforce. Can he get a punish is the question. Kaajak able to slowly drift back, and, well, it's a judge. At range, so not going to mean too much, and the gate crash will get Kaajak out to safety back over here on the site.
I know the other players from FNATIC are going to be leaning in this direction. Do you try to go for ropes, or do you try to make the A site hit?
They're still assessing, still trying to make up their minds. Paranoia, stun, over towards elbow. Boaster able to avoid it, spamming, and still somehow comes out on top. Texture just cannot get the spray to connect. Does eventually fall. Looking for the ground, and he doesn't make it! Into the ultimate fast enough! Snatches him up, and Foxy on the repeat finds Alfajer. It seems like now it's his turn to pull off the heroics for Gen.G.
What was that?
Crashies at 10-3 and 0. Got himself a 4K in the previous round. Just needs 3 this time. Pulls back, avoids the grav net. Reposition from Karon. The Haunt gets a reveal onto 1. It seems like ultimately the call has been sounded for him to go on the retreat as Karon goes on the hunt and is rewarded with it. Texture is full sending it. Up the rope is TP. Karon finds himself right on top of Boaster, right above kaajak. But no clue what was happening. Gets the spot out there onto 1, tries to play this as patiently as possible.
What a read.
It may be a virtue, but it's not always the right decision.
Dude, that's the
The
second
check
time.
from Ash is just too monstrous. Karon, a bit of damage going to be taken that does flush him out into the open, and Chronicle gets himself on the board at long last. Kill found, a 3v3. Altless are both of the teams. Munchkin out from A main, gets a spot, but it's quickly traded back.
Where are you?
Chronicle trying to find his footing to get himself a third. Ash cleans it up, and Chronicle comes alive.
Really
30
good.
seconds left.
Salvo's at the ready. Texture going to try to open things up here. And Ash, you're talking about it, the awareness. Just follows in off the back of the neon. Finds the headshot. Boaster now playing forward here within the smoke. Able to dodge out the paranoia at the time. Started at the window, but he cannot find the elimination.
10 seconds left.
Foxy gets the kill. It's Chronicle. Heroics might be
Spike
leaned
planted.
on once again. Peak about to come through, and Karon, he wins that fight. Here they have both angles covered. And they have to go ahead and lock 1. As Alfajer want to see what he can make happen. It's a spot out onto Ash. Foxy 9 tagged up a bit, swings out, wins the fight. Just slide into the corner here. They're looking for 9.
Goodness. Just unbelievable awareness from Ash. And Karon this time gets up on the Raptors. Good for another.
Anticipating this pressure coming his way outside of A main. I'll try to jack Chronicle, playing off the back of the vulnerability. Does manage to cut texture in half with that judge. Boaster similarly playing forward. As the Bucky heads the map.
It's all just hidden positions.
Oh, shield peeked up from crashies. Valley off the shorty, gonna prove to be a little bit more difficult. This that showstopper does not get sent. Karon just sprays him down. Boaster now pushing forward, finds Karon. Somehow makes that Bucky connect to great effect. Weapons collected, Phantom Vandal in hand. Munchkin.
30 seconds
We're gonna
left.
have full awareness.
Spike planted.
Plant
Rifles.
here playing alongside Foxy 9. One of his newer trainees on the team. Finally given a real opportunity.
Careful here.
Supposed to trying to assess. They're running out of time. Noise made. Stun found. No, boy.
Can you see the player screens?
No. I'm a little too far away to tell what exactly is going on. But I think we're going to have a pause after this to fully assess what exactly has gone on.
I think Gen.G won.
What I can tell you, assuming that we're still being heard out to the stream and here in the house, is it looks like Gen.G are able to come away with that round win. So, sounds being made, but I don't know what's happening.
I'm not sure either. Just I can hear sound again.
목표 위치 확인 중.
센서가 작동했다.
이걸로 끝이다. 그림자가 간다.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Hit from FNATIC.
I'm out of here.
Keeping it quiet. Clone pushing forward over towards that B site. Does get cleared. Karon playing up close. No smoke there. Obfuscate ends up getting taken down. Kaajak able to find the kill that breaks open the A site. But now in position. As the spike gets planted. Prowler on the check. Texture going to be noted. Poison orb set up. Trying to make that exit from screens. Nigh impossible as Alpha catches Munchkin. Unawares here in mid. Texture looking for the entry. Finds one. Jiggle on the corner. Crashies. Gets the C's out. Looks to try to take them down. It's falling to the wayside as Foxy finds that kill, but Crashies does get rid of the enemy neon at the same time. So now a 2v2. Diffuse starting to be held. Grabwell coming through, wide swing out from Boaster. Alpha out from Judge in hand. On this moment, cycled. Prowler is able to distract, and Alpha pushes forward. Damage basically not even suffered here.
Really nice play there. Anticipating somebody could be up close. Oh my God, texture.
It's a bit of sense. Off the back of that Prowler catches Crashies. Swing in. Texture finds another. Come alive. Now the barrier mesh going to be broken here on the B side. Karon sending out the paranoid to try to delay. Grabbed it as well, trying to find a catch, but Karon flying back pillar, finds one, tucks in the backside, looks for a little bit more, can't quite align it on the kayak, goes to the wide swing, finds it! Good box. Push not yet coming through, 24 seconds remaining. Things are about to get a little bit dicey. So there's a stun out, but the displacement from Alpha is absolutely gorgeous with the blast pack. Finds the opener there. At the same time, find the lure. Chronicle going to be taken down, but now Munchkin falling to the wayside. This B site opened up. Karon held at bay
10 seconds
here at the
left.
alley. Plant able to be committed to. Paranoia goes across.
planted.
Some stuck in position. Texture watching for the flank. And Ash with covering fire. Finds the kill there on the Alfajer. Crashies staying put. Just playing off the exit of this nebula. Creep forward from Karon. Do they read it? Smoke down, gonna be gone. Karon instantaneous with a headshot, able to find him there as the reload has to come through from Boaster. He doesn't have the bullets, but he's still able to stay alive. Texture, however, taken down to 8. Classic in hand, and they're right. They have to read, they have to have the expectation. The Boombot's not going to clear it, but Alpha still just too damn fast. Can pick apart. TP check from Karon. Ash now rotating over, it's gonna send the stealth drone up in towards B heaven, but nothing to be spotted. Potential pivot opportunity here for FNATIC if they try to go over towards A. For the moment, it is just Texture taking a peek down in towards main.
They're going to be seeing, they just cleared the barrier mesh. Foxy, gun barrel spotted. Dealt
Spotted
with.
for Kaajak, finding the headshot.
30 seconds left.
Karon now alone on the site. Revealed, blinded up, showstopper, not gonna be able to find the kill. Won't matter too much, his Boaster is. Ash now dead, leaving Texture to his own devices. Which
Not falling for Munchkin's trickery. It's reading that position so nicely. The patience being shown by Kaajak. Really, really nice.
well, we're not gonna spot anything here in heaven. So Alpha goes for a bit of a look-see. Ash situated here on the rafters. Karon starting to back away off stairs. Starts getting popped. Chronicle still going to be on the late linger.
Just waiting for contact. Probably just going to rip that Paranoia right as soon as anybody from FNATIC makes too much noise. Kaajak does clear some of the deadlock util.
30 seconds left.
Blast back across the way. Paranoia finding the hit. Karon pushes forward off the back of that one. Does manage to find one for the nade from beyond the grave. Comes up with the kill.
Spike
Munchkin,
down,
however,
B.
pinching in out of vent, finding one. Looking for a little bit more. Swaps the weapon. And Boaster, crucially, keeps himself alive. Ash now nearly spammed down. Time starting to dwindle. His Texture gets noted. Tries to go for the...
He guessed incorrectly. Went for the gunplay. Saw it work out for him on Haven. This time around, though, can't get it drawn in time.
Kaajak gonna walk about, trying to see what he can spot. Some info there into heaven as Munchkin holds things down in mid. This time the fight goes his way. Boaster and Alfajer both gonna be eliminated. Ash over the top here at heaven. Struck on as Kaajak breaks over the site. Brings it back into a 3v3.
30 seconds left.
Pit available.
Looking for the jump. Back at the grab, no. Not quite able to find it. The mini-map seemed like perhaps Chronicle was going to get caught. Net able to find 2, the push forward, but Munchkin is strafing over the bite. It's Foxy 9, 10 with the smoke, but Texture pre-fires the swing out of elbow. And suddenly is in with a chance to try to clutch this out. crashies playing it backside. Texture trying to narrow it down. Spots him out. Wide swings, damage exchange here on both sides. 10 bullets, now 7 remaining in the mag. Here's the haunt. Down to 6, the leg. Noted. He's looking to try to flush him out. 1 bullet now, just a classic. Worked the last time, works this time as well.
Kidding me right now?
Texture on for the defuse. Trying to listen for it. Does he have it? He does!
Punches are out of control from Texture. A great start there, but Texture the confidence to push through at time.
Texture here at ramp, pre-fire angle, but Kaajak in response. A belter onto this pit. He's not committed it quite just yet. Minor gap in the smoke, potentially try to play around. As he goes to the peak, looks for the timing, finds it. It's a little bit whiffy, he cannot escape. crashies is there to trade it back. Some revenge here for his fallen teammate, but Foxy 9 refills the space, and on the peak. He's out-time Chronicle. The TP to backside, Ash. Armageddon at the ready, could send it here off the rip. Stuck in the drone. It's a little bit of information. Seems like he may just end up saving this for the retake, as you get a double exploration here from Alfajer and Kaajak, pushing in towards Alley. Yelled across, crashies safe behind the box. The Site widely given up. Alpha spot him. He readjusts. And Kaajak down. So low on HP, but still fighting, still persevering. Ash on the drop down. Finds the first. Goes in, looking to try to take this up to half. The reapproach out from heaven. Does he just stick it? The shot's not connecting. Waits it out. Finds one. But Kaajak plays it well. The defuse. This is not going to be there.
Alpha.
Texture on the peak. Dead. Alpha quickly dispatches. Recycled, some noise made. Try to relay that, but Munchkin. He's going to send the pit.
He's a madman.
But it's only Ash on that A side of the map. They could just rotate back over. And he's been worked down to 30.
Toxins going up.
Might just find the timing, though. It's the drop down there from Chronicle. Works his way into the sewer. Just trying to see if a rotation comes through, but FNATIC just going to go ahead, explore mid a little bit more here, it would seem.
I mean, you have to assume that they're going to go with A as Gen.G, but you know, with the weaker weaponry, it's just trying to hold the line at B, see if you can trick them a little bit.
It's just Foxy9.
30 seconds left.
Try to start things off. Paranoia going to be set, but Chronicle does not get caught by it. Foxy catches a shot to the face. Clone noted. Karon flushed out. As Ash is still a world away, Munchkin tucks back into garage as the spike gets planted.
Spike planted.
And I think he might be regretting sending this pit out. Drops it to try to give them some kind of chance. Recovers the weapon previously dropped by Alfajer.
Weapon here.
I think that this should be undoable.
It certainly should be. Spam attempt. Nothing spotted. Munchkin on the lurk, finding one. Kaajak around the corner, holding the angle, getting the headshot. And Ash at 30 with just a stinger cannot make it happen.
Here for FNATIC.
Ash pushing forward, smoke dissipating. And Boaster destroyed, and Ash finds another. Damage dealt to Alfia, puts him down to 72 the spike. Drop there at vent. Quick little exit. Kaajak having to retreat. Joining together now alongside Chronicle, who hasn't been able to take that much space realistically at all here at
30
A.
seconds left.
Wow, sonic sensor right around the corner here for Foxy to potentially play off of.
Trying to fish for it, but there's the stun. Getting the one. Flash going to be found. Texture on the jiggle peak. Sending out the relay bolt. Has them reeling backward. It's 14 seconds remaining. FNATIC have to make a go of it. They have to start rushing forward, but they're taking so much damage on entry. Kaajak fighting back for one. Spike now needs to be committed! Chronicle! He's outdone them all! He's giving them a real chance to try to keep this going. Karon, however, full HP.
They had that pretty well read. They had that.
Crash towards back sight. Shells forces him off the angle, but for now, FNATIC not hitting the go button quite just yet. Want to try to gain some control of this mid position. Crashies would love to grab this orb.
Left. My ult is ready.
Commits for it, the Nightfall now at the ready. Sends it, connects onto one. Texture going to be missed. It's Kaajak able to find Ash. Breaks open mid and heaven. It's blind coming through. Alfajer can't see a damn thing, but Kaajak is still profiting, still finding value. And that's the cleanup.
To go back up mid and get through Mail. And Kaajak just absolutely stunning stuff.
Flash right off the rip. Here comes the peak, and there's the cap.
Karon solo health over here at A.
Push up now into
30
A heaven.
seconds left.
Gate crash right there alongside Karon's position. Ash lingering here on the rafter, now going to be dropping down and finding a straight headshot on the Chronicle. Armageddon at the ready, rolls on the red carpet here towards main, but there's no one there to receive it. And Alpha on the drop down finds himself a third.
10 seconds
They run
left.
the clock, but they're still able to get the plant in time. Is it the 2v4? Munchkin and Foxy9 to try to deter FNATIC from bringing this into OT, and crashies is still on that lurk, still waiting. Down within the vent, the spot out onto Kaajak. Foxy trying to find the kill. Alpha dead. It's Foxy now in the 1v2. The net lobbed in, sends out the ultimate.
Nothing there.
Frantically hoping for a catch, but it's not able to find one. The haunt guarantees it. Boaster swing. Pushing in towards Kaajak.
Time to jump.
Salvo's gonna be sent. Paranoia. It's a minor little clip here. Sends out a flash as well as the clone. Finds the pick here on the Texture. Takes his exit back over towards screens. FNATIC already full rotating. Getting themselves into position to try to go for the flood retake. Plant gonna be handed over to Ash. Still gonna be 2 charges away from having that Armageddon online.
A little bit of util to work with.
Munchkin seemingly feeling a little bit more comfortable. There's not gonna be a flank. Wants to go for another check though. Sees nade, gonna be sent full flash here onto Karon. Barreling down, and Foxy doesn't know what's hit him! Alfajer, what a re-entry!
Poison's off.
As Munchkin has everything to do and no way to do it!
They've got him downloaded now. They've read everything that Gen.G has wanted to do. And they're just going to wait.
It would take heroics, the likes of which are rarely seen from Texture and Karon. And if you had to rely on 2 players on Gen.G to get it done, these certainly would be the 2 that you would elect. But Texture, he's getting antsy, he's getting killed. All now down to Karon. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
30 seconds
Alone on the
left.
B site with nothing more to do. How do you isolate? How do you divide? How do you conquer this FNATIC squad? We are fully stacked together, fully online, fully synergized, and in control.
It's unthinkable.
And already so much. Way across this side of the map, and Alpha is there to break.
Base quickly being taken by Kaajak. Gen.G maybe a little late to the party.
Thrown around the corner, Karon backpedaling, trying to stay hidden here behind, but Kaajak plays off the back of that drone beautifully. He's able to find the opening kill. Gen.G at a risk of losing their 2nd pistol of the tournament. The map might just matter the most.
They try to flood through.
Screen down.
Foxy checking for lurks. Didn't see anything, but that stack over on his side is fearsome.
Gone over the top.
What?
Not getting a spot up, but Munchkin able to find Boaster. Kaajak going to be taken down, and suddenly there's a player advantage for a brief little moment there from the side of Gen.G, but Alfajer does well to go ahead. Trade it back into a 3v3. Diffuse being held to half. Texture noting Alfajer tucking back. Shots flying. The pinch in from the flank. Looking for the headshot. Runs out of bullets, but Chronicle's there.
Rings.
Slowly drifting across. Gets to the opposite side here of the wall. Alpha getting a pick there onto Karon at top mid.
Yeah, long range headshot.
Swing out. Texture is able to find one. Chronicle going to be taken down. It's just the Marshal available, but the drone over the top. Able to get the spot check here on a Munchkin, who sets up the snake bite, which is able to hold them at bay.
I'm out of here. Block it. Shortcut.
Relay bolt into the corner. Has a shock dart. Will land right at his feet. Fishes him out. Cannot keep him protected. Recon to the back. Quick clear. The push forward. In from Market. As Paranoia goes across, and Foxy 9 lingering within the smoke. It's blinded up. Pushes out. He's able to find one eventually. Will get taken down. Drop down though from Ash. Suddenly makes this a lot more costly. Textured Boba. Ash playing the corner. Finds the kill.
Last player
Brings it now into the 1v1. The clock
down. B.
running low once again as there's the tap, the swing in. Looking for it. A bit of damage going to be found, but cannot get the elimination.
Spike planted.
Just a slide available. No relay bolt. Kaajak, no real idea of where Texture is going to be approaching from. Drops down. The turn back. The recheck, a back sight. Texture swinging wider and wider. Judges it wrong! At the top of the cage, Munchkin playing forward just alongside the walls. A risky maneuver here. The push comes in, finds one, turns back. It's a good amount of damage, but cannot collect the kill, but Texture certainly can. Looks for a little bit more. Has the stun, the slide, the spot, the overdrive popped.
10 seconds left.
He tears them all to pieces. crashies, late linger here onto the site. He's able to find one, but the time is already gone. The spike a world away. It's all about some damage if he can find it, which he shall. And able to go ahead and clear out one of the sonic sensors. Texture on the peak, able to find Chronicle. They're outside of A. Net now coming through. Armageddon pop. That's going to be kaajak getting dragged forward. Alfajer doing his damnedest, but he just has that sheriff to realistically try to break his teammate out. He cannot make it happen. They are able to go ahead and overwhelm Foxy9, find the pick on that front, which will lead to a weapon scooped up. In fact, get the pass over there. Boaster drifting back.
Enemy remaining.
Munchkin quick to adjust.
Spike
the bite down.
Mid.
Locking off Alfajer, stopping him from recovering the spike, at least here for the moment. Pre-fire onto the angle. Into the try to play off of this one. His time again starting to dwindle. 10 seconds remaining. Karon gets himself his first kill. Hunter's Fury sent his way, but not finding him. Ash holding from behind, and the round is over. The two remaining players here from FNATIC is forced to sit back and trust. It's all sights in towards Alley for the moment as Ash goes for the drone. Spot on the one. Paranoia now going to be sent flying. Chronicle, two massive shots. Helps break the site wide open. Ash dead as well. Given that it's just Munchkin, FNATIC just staying clustered. Not
Mid exploration again.
Shortcut.
It's been left open. So this is going to be a little bit tough here. Karon and Munchkin getting surrounded.
Starting to get a little bit of frazzles as well. Just a little bit of noise. Paranoia gets sent. Foxy now going to be at risk here potentially. The overdrive gets popped. Call with utility in hand, but Foxy somehow draws down fast enough to clean up the kill.
Here.
Player advantage for the moment here on the side of Gen.G. With site control for FNATIC. Going to try to get this plant going. Slowed up, interrupted here for the moment.
Chronicle gets the pit off a kill.
Count over the
30
top.
seconds left.
Going to try to get this pick. Some kills exchange though in Chronicle. He'll get the pit, but only in
Player
death.
standing.
It's down to Alfajer.
Down B.
Does have a neural theft, but again, low on time. The commitment of the ult, a risky one. Otherwise, has no real idea about the player's positions, and
10 seconds
he gets ping
left.
revealed off the recon. Gen.G gonna be feeling very comfortable. Karon could just go for the swing. Alpha puts one down, but that's again the round lost. The clock gets.
Munchkin's got his pit as well. Ash has that Hunter's Fury.
Just
So
continuing to push. Finds one, but can he exit? So far the answer is yes. Gonna be relay bolts exchange fast lane. Sets up for the quick exit. Texture gets out scot-free. Now looks to try to re-peek. Seems like he's not yet falling for kaajak's exit. Didn't hear him bounding out. But still at risk of being caught off guard. Slides back into position. Both Neons keeping it quiet. Same time, Boaster, crashies pushing forward, trying to take some space and control here at top mid.
look at where the sonic sensor is.
Smoke cuts off the one side. Paranoia gets sent. Slows the approach. There's the peek, and it's a headshot to boot. crashies now planted here at top mid, but to what avail? The lurk from Boaster maybe can come away with some value, but Foxy still staring back at this position. Shows that they're at least somewhat suspicious of it. Now that they have the smoke on market, he can keep his attention trained there.
Might have made just a little bit of noise there, so Boaster gonna change directions.
I mean, I think he's gonna change directions to go for the safe. Once again, he and crashies just looking to join forces to hold on to these weapons.
10 seconds left.
That is the round lead guaranteed for Gen.G. 7-2. With yet 3 more rounds to be played out. Biggest loser of the series when it comes down to the first deaths. Change that, but texture out a little bit too wide in Chronicle. Just find that headshot right there, clean through the box.
Yeah, they might scale off of this. You would expect that this is the weak side.
There's a neural theft. Paranoia going to be sent out from Karon. Holds him at bay here for the moment. Slide in. Right as the Paranoia hits. Ash now stuck in a bad spot. Shorty going to be drawn out, but won't really even get to fire it. As Boaster once again picking up the up this time. Certainly favoring himself with it, given the numbers advantage. Munchkin dead. And that should leave Foxy9 simply to save. They're going to be on the prowl. Looks like he's going to try to make this a little bit more costly. Weapon back out, but Chronicle.
Util over on the other side. There's the Hunter's Fury from Ash.
For a target, finding one. Chronicle likely to fall, and he does. Pit will have to wait for the last round of the half as he ends up hitting the floor. FNATIC still interested in this side of the map, or at least being very slow to start rotating. Boaster will shift over towards tiles as Alfajer goes for a check in towards market. Nothing here.
Dodge the Sonic sensor.
Give them an inkling, yeah. Just was able to strafe through that, and that's going to put him on a deep line in towards Boba.
They've been dipping into that well. It's going to be read by Gen.G.
Recon ends up getting cleared. The jiggle peek. Did he go wide enough to spot out the operator? Hard to say, but still able to avoid the shots all the same. As Munchkin seemingly is reading this so very well.
Unreal.
Knows the space that he's given up, but Boaster able to fight back in kind. Finds the hit kaajak there to try to counteract, but do they expect that Foxy9 is similarly going to be playing out of B main? Seems like the answer is yes as they go for back site plant. There's the jiggle out. Be cautious though. Armageddon is available. As the arrival, crashies nearly having them lined up, is able to find the first Foxy9. Dead. Paranoia sent, clear on the recon. Karon knowing that he needs to try to win this fight, and he is able to do so. They both avoided. kaajak answering back with one of his own. The Paranoia goes through. Ping reveal on the Boaster. The kaajak collecting the kill. Texture will fall. 2v2. Ash contained back within the smoke. Should be dead. Still, somehow is able to come away with that kill. And now it's down to Boaster.
Concentrates over.
To try to clutch this out. Look for the re-ping here. And Boaster just going to be playing the timing. Ash, this time 5. Then we're still in a good spot. Boaster going for a TP, backside. Is it red? Some eyes facing in towards that direction, but Boaster ends up giving up. And he's Scott just sliding at him with an operator, excuse me! What is that? As he hits the follow-up! The repeat, does he got a third in him? Yes, he does! Bam, looking for some damage, none to be found.
Yeah, I wanted to maybe...
It's okay, well, there you go. Damage is certainly found now. Crash is finding one. A little bit of a split fire coming through from Foxy9, but only able to find a smattering of damage. Can't come away with any kills.
Gen.G trying to catch FNATIC off guard there by doubling down on that mid-pressure, but FNATIC didn't move a muscle. They held their angles, and they were ready for Foxy's off angle attempting to be created. They shut it down mightily. Now you look over to Chronicle here. Takes a bunch of damage through that box.
Answers him back, sticks around. It's a little bit more, and Munchkin's going to look to go ahead and fill that space. Quick peek in around the back of sight. Karon, though, lion's share of the responsibility potentially on his shoulders.
Just a classic here, too.
And has to back away. Sheriff on the opposite side. Slides over, jiggles out, Paranoia to buy some time. Holds up at bay for the moment, and Munchkin eventually is able to find his target. Chronicle taken down. Clowns for Gen.G. Really narrow their focus. 2 angles of approach with Karon here around the corner. Crossfire attempt set up here from Munchkin, but eventually he's going to be hounded down. Alfajer finding the elimination. It all falls to Ash, who can't.
You know, once that curtain drops, they can maybe overwhelm FNATIC. FNATIC were the ones waiting with open arms.
Trying to get a catch as Karon can be playing forward into the smoke. Just waiting for the exit. He's snappy enough to go ahead and keep himself alive. Damage taken. Still able to fight. Swing in. kaajak be forced to reposition. Trade some damage back here alongside Texture. Bounce of the shock dart able to be avoided. Boaster holding down the approach, getting the spot. Boaster again finding value with the Sheriff, but kills not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, Gen.G doing a little bit of damage, but hasn't converted to anything else yet. And Chronicle shuts down Munchkin's lurk.
That should basically seal the deal here. Swing on the corner. kaajak dead. All of Gen.G though, tagged up dangerously low. Seems like FNATIC will surrender a bit of space here for the moment as the plant comes in. Chronicle considering going for the aggro push. Foxy9 just on the opposite side of the corner. Snake fight gonna be set. Can't recover in time. Foxy able to find another as Texture finds Boaster. And surely it can't be happening again. And it has! As they look at the kill on the Texture, and he falls down to 3 HP. forces the paranoia out, and somehow Munchkin's dead, so is Ash! And suddenly,
Mid.
FNATIC continue to look to turn the tides. Re-swing in, bit of damage taken. Karon able to put the hero rifle on the floor. Boaster nearby to maybe try to go for the recovery on that.
Set up
They
the
are
smoke.
in still such a good position.
Yeah, Gen.G though, not gonna contest that rifle. They're just gonna pivot over towards B. The linger here from the weak Chronicle. Just a classic,
Barrier deployed.
but a nice position.
Plays it patiently. If they don't lend credence to him lurking there, he could still very well be Gen.G's undoing.
Should be in your mind as Gen.G. You haven't paid any attention to that part of the map. Are they gonna be aware enough?
Slow approach.
30 seconds left.
Texture, spike in hand here with 3 health.
I'm out of here.
Makes his way onto the site. Seems like they are going to be expecting that. So spike gets planted, but now further weapons recovered.
This is gonna be a stack. Rifles retrieved here as well for FNATIC. Got a lot of firepower in this retake. Drone doesn't see anything.
It's a massive opportunity for FNATIC to get themselves right back into the driver's seat. The push coming through. Up and over the top is Foxy9. Finds the first, immediately backpedals.
Throwing net.
Net not going to go deep enough for the hit. Boaster should have been spotted out there.
Sensor.
Slide in, Foxy9. Drags across for the kill. Texture is instantaneous. The Paths having to play again for tomorrow.
Gotta worry about the Hunter's Fury here.
It's going to be opened up. Contains them here for now. Boaster eating a tiny little lick of damage there from his teammate. His Texture taken down. Chronicle coming away with the goods. Fantastic kill to be found.
Here.
Trying to counteract the momentum swing.
Poison ore.
Everyone on Gen.G, other than Munchkin, tagged up, but Ash still able to find one. As crashies falls down to 10. The bite off the drone coming through. Munchkin lays it at his feet. Finds the kill, and now gives the player the advantage. Barrier mesh going to be cleared out here. Boaster on the approach from
Violation.
Market. Foxy getting the spot, has the net, there's the bounce, the pull coming through. Kaajak gonna have to try to spam it. Alpha's gonna be out into the open as he gets broken loose. Karon can quickly recover the kill. 2 players remaining. Boaster, some spam does connect.
The early kill by Ash. We're looking to see if FNATIC's gonna try to make a peek.
Drone at the ready, the market door open. Will force a reposition here from Alfajer.
Revealing area.
Crashies sending out the recon. The one, that's gonna be Chronicle and Kaajak playing off it beautifully. Kills found. Alpha pushing forward.
One enemy remaining.
Picking in the pieces.
Spike
Foxy9
down B.
finds himself all alone. Net gonna be sent. Spike's on the floor. 3 swings in towards Boba. Has him
Actually,
lined
just
up.
scaling his sight. Just holding that angle, but
Just gonna go on a dry peek and force Chronicle back. Relay bolt gonna be dodged. Alpha tucks into the cage. Be netted in position though.
On my wire.
A bit at risk, but still able to fight back for 1. Does well to find the kill before getting traded out. Chronicle swinging in for an angle, looking to try to find a pick, but right as he drops down, Foxy scales forward through the fast lane. Was able to find that headshot. Shock dart here towards Ash. A bit of damage going to be suffered, but the counter spam from Texture. It flushes out the enemy Sova. A 2v4. The player's economy in a decent position, so it seems like the call is going to be to try to make a play of this one, but Boaster is just being sprayed through the smoke as they hear him TP up.
Last
Grab net,
player
finds the
standing.
catch. Kaajak trying to get the hit. Finds the first, but it's just too many angles and only 2 HP. Even going for the save.
see what they want to do.
Smoke about to dissipate. Glimpse gonna be found, and yeah, Kaajak instantaneously able to find the kill on Munchkin. The rest of the team now just sprint forward in towards Market. Gets the reveal off the trip, but cannot collect the kill. Off the air. Position going to be known. And FNATIC are very quickly getting themselves into a good spot to try to go ahead and get a blood retake. As crashies able to find one, trading it back. This is Alpha. Kills Texture. Chronicle on the peak, finding Karon now. Quickly is going to get dropped. Sonic sensor lobbed in. The jump up over the top. Foxy9 finds the elimination. Tucks back.
No surprises.
As he has the Armageddon at the ready. Spots one. It's just going to be a shotgun stop. As he gets the headshot on Boaster. crashies will glide to his demise.